Good morning and welcome to Pemberley Farm. Today Ashley and Abby and the dogs and I came out here to strip everything out of this keyhole bed except the basil because it's still going strong even though it's got a lot of blooms on it. We're going to pick that and dehydrate it, and you'll see that later. But anyway, some of the bell peppers seem like they're taking on a second life, and some of the tomatoes seem like they're putting on a second life. Now some of them look like they're just, too far gone. So what we're going to do is we're just going to pull up what doesn't have much hope of any more, giving us anything else, and the ones that look like they just might, we'll just leave them and see what happens. So, plus there's weeds in here, we'll get that out too. So that's what we're doing this morning first thing. Okay, we wanted to stop just for a minute to show you the weed that is the bane of my existence. And when we first came here, these weeds were not so bad out in this area, but over the last 15 years or so, they have become worse. Ashley's going to show you a close-up of it, and they're called chamber bitters. I don't know if it'll focus. Will it focus on it?
Yep, it's focusing.
All right, some people call it mimosa weeds because they a little bit favor the mimosa tree that's got those beautiful, smelly, pink little puffy flowers on them, but this is not that. This is called chamber bitters, and you just about, once you get them, you cannot do away with them. You just have to stay ahead of them. This one got a little big. If you let them grow, they will grow very tall, very big. We never do that. We never let them get that. This one is too big. We don't usually let them get this big. So anyway, just wanted to tell you, chamber bitters are not your friend. And if you can do away with them, if you can see them when they first show up on your place and do away with them immediately, you're ahead of the game. All right, so we've got most of this weeded. We've pulled up some of the tomatoes that don't look like they're going to do anything else. A couple of them look fairly bad, but they've got some new growth on them and some new blooms. So it's not going to hurt to leave them there. What we're trying to do is get this bed ready for fall. For fall planting. And I will tell you that this bed, the only fertilizer it had in it at all was compost out of our compost pile, where we had put kitchen scraps and chicken manure and rabbit manure and other various and sundry things, lawn clippings, things like that, and it had composted down to some really nice compost. And we spread that out over this whole bed, and it did very well this year, and that's all it had was the compost that we put in it. So if you can make your own compost, that's a great thing. If you have to buy it, then, if you can afford to buy it, then do that. We do a combination of both. We make our own, we buy some mushroom compost, and we have to use commercial fertilizer from time to time, usually 888 or 10-10-10. Because we just can't create enough compost because we plant too much. We just can't create enough. I would love to be able to do that. But now we have horses, and I could use horse manure, but I will tell you that the worst weeds I ever had was from using what was sold to me as aged horse manure, and the problems I had with weeds for years after that made me say, I will never use horse manure in my garden again unless there is not another thing that I can use. Now, if the world goes to pot and that's all I got, I'll use it. But at this point in time, I don't have to use it, so I'm not, because of the weeds that it creates in my garden. So anyway, hope you enjoyed this video. Please like, share, and subscribe. Check us out on Facebook. We are Pemberley Farm. And on Instagram, we are Pemberley Farm 92. So I have to think about that one. But anyway, I hope you have a very blessed day, and thank you from Pemberley Farm.